Alright, so about 1 month ago, I made a video when I put my Ardent 2.4 up front, and I did a review about the Ardent being up front. And I got a lot of negative reviews, or comments on the video about the Ardent. A lot of people don't like it, and I'm going to talk about some things that I've learned about the tire. And at first I didn't like the tire, and I actually learned to love this tire, so I'm going to get into that. Okay, so when I put this Ardent on up front, it's a 2.4, and this tire is probably 3 or 4 months old, roughly 500 miles on it. And it's all about getting this thing at the right PSI. If I have too less of a PSI, I slide out, and too high of a PSI is just kind of scary. So I have my tire, this is just me personally, around 23 PSI. And that's what I've learned to like and love with this tire. I have a lot of good Strava times with this tire. A KOM number 4 on some things, number 5, number 11 on some downhills. So I just gotta say, this tire is really fast. I think it grips great, and you can see these knobs right here. This is what really digs in on the side when you're doing a really tight turn, and this is what the tire rubs on. It rubs on these, it rolls on these knobs. So it's really fast because it's on these knobs, and you gotta dig in to get on these knobs. So they say the body position isn't very forgiving with these tires. Okay, so when I put the Ardent up front, I used to have a Bontrager XR3, and I put this Ardent up front, and it rolled so much faster than that XR3. I figured it'd be a good rear tire, but at first I tried the Icon in the rear, parted with the with this Ardent up front, and the Icon just didn't roll as fast as the Bontrager XR2 that I had before that. So I was kind of disappointed, and I figured this Ardent would work better, and it does. It does a good job at rolling fast. But one thing I have to say about this Ardent, it doesn't catch very good grip climbing. I'm not that impressed with it climbing. Around turns, it's kind of weird. It doesn't slide out the way. I kind of like a rounder tire in the back, and it's too upright. So when you're trying to slide it around, it catches too much traction, I guess. I don't know. I don't like it too much in the rear. And if I go back in time, I might try like an Ardent Race or something, maybe with less larger knobs on these sides, I guess, to make it drift or something. I'm not too sure, but it's not really catching traction on climbs, and it doesn't slide like the Icon did. I do have a lot of PRs though with this setup, so I don't know if this is rolling faster, but I do want to say this, there's some things I just don't like. Okay, so all in all, the Ardent is a great tire. I think it's an excellent tire for a front tire, and it really needs to be the 2.4 from what my understanding is. A friend of mine had the 2.25 up front, and he just hated it. So the 2.4 is a great tire up front. For the rear, the Ardent is fast, and I guess it depends on your riding style. But for me, I just wanted something maybe with a little less grip, if that makes sense, but better grip on the climbs. So, this tire does roll fast, but I guess because of these spaces, I'm not sure, it just doesn't grip that good climbing. It slides out a good bit. And then on the turns, because of these knobs right here, when you go to kind of shift it over to slide it, it just kind of catches. So, it's kind of complaining about grip, but that's really what I have to say. But these tires, they do roll fast. They're fast rolling tires. So if that's what you really are concerned about, they're great tires. So appreciate it. Thank y'all.